So you've been toying with the idea of getting an executive coach for a while now, but you've been reluctant because you weren't quite sure where to begin. It seems like nowadays everybody and their uncle is hanging out a shingle, claiming to be a coach of some sort, and so you're a little bit unsure about how to pick a coach who's going to be not only qualified, but a good fit for you. Well, you're in luck. My name is Dr. Patricia Thompson. I'm a corporate psychologist, executive coach, and author of The Consummate Leader, a holistic guide to inspiring growth in others and in yourself. And in this video, I'm going to help you wade through all the information to pick out a coach that's right for you. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 areas. 1, who can benefit from executive coaching. 2, what are some of the benefits of executive coaching. And 3, how to find an executive coach who's a right fit for you. So I would say that there are 5 main areas that executive coaching can really address. First, if you're someone who feels like you're underachieving relative to your potential, an executive coach can help you to figure out why. They can help you to see if there are style issues that might be getting in the way of your interactions with people, or if there are things you need to tighten up in terms of, productivity or doing the aspects of your job appropriately. And so that would be a really great opportunity to use executive coaching. Another way to use executive coaching would be if you're someone who maybe isn't entirely self-aware about what your strengths and your developmental opportunities are. An executive coach could help you to really pinpoint what your talents are to make sure that you're seeking jobs that are going to be in the sweet spot for you, ones that will really allow you to leverage your strengths and also minimize your developmental opportunities. So a third person who could use an executive coach would be someone who's maybe doing really well in her current job, but knows that she needs to develop some skills to be ready for the next level. Maybe she wants to take on a bigger role, or maybe she wants to move into leadership and she knows that she doesn't have the abilities to do that yet. And a good executive coach would be able to help you to identify the competencies that you would need in your next role, or the sorts of roles that you're looking for, and help you to develop those skills so that you'd be really ready when the opportunity came up. A fourth person who could use an executive coach would be someone who maybe has a leadership position, but doesn't know how to coach and inspire people properly. Maybe you got in the role because you're really good at the technical aspects of your job, but you don't really know how to manage people. And an executive coach could give you the tools to be able to lead like a pro. The last sort of person who could benefit from executive coaching would be someone who maybe isn't that fulfilled in their current career. So you could have been in this career for a while because it's been convenient, but you know that there's so much more out there, and this one isn't one that helps you to feel a sense of purpose or fulfillment. A skilled executive coach can help you to figure out where your passions lie, also figure out how your strengths and your personality and your current knowledge, skills, and abilities all intersect, and make some suggestions about some careers that would be a really good fit for you and would bring you both fulfillment and happiness and also success. So now you can see that you're a good candidate for executive coaching, but maybe you need to know a little bit more about some of the advantages to having an executive coach. So let's turn to that. So first of all, a great executive coach can act as a confidant for you, but also someone who's going to stretch you and support you as you move towards your goals. So think about it. Wouldn't it be great to have someone who is in your corner, someone who can brainstorm with you, give you experiments and great advice, and really be there for you as you're moving towards your career goals? Well, that's what an executive coach can do for you. Also, an executive coach can give you an objective perspective. Now, I had the benefit in my career of working with organizations in which I was coaching a lot of different people at once. And one of the things that was really interesting is you would hear about the same situation, but depending on who you were talking to, you would get a slightly different spin on it, and people would see things differently. And it's not that anybody was doing it on purpose. Their perspective was their reality, but a good executive coach recognizes that. And so they'll listen to your perspective, but they'll also encourage you to think about other perspectives too, so that you can make sure that you're having a well-rounded picture of what might be going on in your situation and you can act appropriately. Also, an executive coach can be there for you to talk about issues that might not be comfortable to talk about with your boss or your colleagues. In an organization, ideally your boss is going to be giving you some coaching as well, but there are some things you might not want to talk about with your boss. Like, what if you're having issues with your boss and you don't necessarily want to talk about them like straight out, or you're not quite sure how to talk about them? An executive coach can be there for you to talk through issues, help you to problem solve, and then figure out what the best approach is in dealing with your boss or your colleague. A coach can also help you to clarify your goals. Maybe you know that you need to change something, but you're not quite sure what it is. Well, a skilled executive coach can help you to do that. It can also help you to come up with an action plan so that you can move forward in the best possible way towards accomplishing your goal. So that's another benefit of it. An executive coach can also provide you with accountability. Now, I have a personal trainer, and one of the things that helps me to get to the gym regularly is knowing that I'm paying this person to train me. Also, this person is training me in ways that I probably wouldn't be able to get myself to do, and is really stretching me. And this person isn't always doing what I would like for him to do, but again, he's doing it in my best interest. And an executive coach can give you a similar level of accountability. You'll have assignments, you know that you'll have to report on them, and that gives you more motivation to actually do them and to press yourself to move outside of your comfort zone. So that's another benefit. And finally, research shows that working with an executive coach can improve your performance. And ultimately, that's why you're wanting to work with an executive coach. Okay, so now you've decided that you want an executive coach, but how in the world do you pick the right one? Well, the first place that I suggest to start is to consider that person's qualifications. Like I mentioned, coaching isn't really that regulated, and so a lot of people can put themselves out there as coaches, but what you want to make sure is that the person is certified. They can either be a certified executive coach, or it could be someone like me who's a psychologist. I have a PhD and I have years of experience in doing therapy and coaching with people. And so that would be something that you want to look for. Next thing you want to look at is the coach's level of experience. Now, if someone claims to be a business coach, but they have no experience working with business, then that might be something that could get in the way of them being able to coach you effectively. So in my case, for example, I have over 10 years of experience consulting to senior leaders in organizations, so people from CEO level down to frontline staff. And so I've seen a lot of different businesses in a lot of different industries in a lot of different parts of the country and actually the world. And so that would be a really broad background. And so you really do want to consider the person's experience, because the broader their experience, the better their ability to be able to help you. Third, one of the most important characteristics in an executive coach is one with whom you can have a good relationship. Now think about it. You're going to be opening up to this person. This person is going to be pushing you in a lot of different ways. This person is going to be holding you accountable. And so you need to make sure that you have trust in that person and that you have a good rapport with that person. You want someone who's going to listen and be empathetic, but also someone who's going to push you and challenge you. And so you really want to look for a mix there. You don't want someone who's just going to be, your best friend, who's going to listen to everything you say and agree with you. You really want someone who has a balance of being able to push you while also being supportive. But the relationship part is really, really important, so make sure you're comfortable with that person. The last thing you want to look for is a coach who uses data. Now, as individuals, we're not always objective about ourselves, and sometimes we have blind spots. And if you have a coach who uses data, that gives you more objective information that you can draw on to make sure that you have a really accurate perception of yourself and how you might be interacting with people. For example, in my case, I do personality testing for people who would like it, and in that case we get a really objective perspective of that person's strengths, their developmental opportunities, and their personality style. And as a psychologist, I'm able to use a lot of tools that people who are not licensed are not able to use. And so if you want to make sure that you're getting a really objective perspective, you might want to look for a coach who also uses data. Okay, so that was a lot of information in this video. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you have any questions about executive coaching with me, please feel free to reach out. You can contact me at my website at www.patricia-thompson.com, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions about coaching. And I actually have one-on-one coaching sessions, I have personality testing that I do, and I also have email coaching that I do for people who just need a short blast of advice for a specific issue. So visit the website and check it out. I really hope this video was helpful for you, and good luck in your career. I'm Dr. Patricia Thompson, and here's to your success.